Hey everyone, Isaac from the Original Amazon Coach here. Today we're talking about launching your very first private label product on Amazon. I know it can seem overwhelming at first, but don't worry, I got your back. Just follow along and I'll walk you through the steps one by one. Let's break it down and I'll get you an awesome bonus at the end that you can get for free. So make sure to watch this full video. Also, be sure to follow this channel with a subscribe, like the video, and comment any questions you have if you're interested in learning more about Amazon FBA. So the first thing you need to do is product research. You can't just pick any random item and expect to get rich quick on Amazon. That's like rubbing a magic lamp and hoping a genie pops out. You gotta find a product that actually sells and fits what you're all about as a business. Think about it. Is this something you're really passionate about selling long term, or are you just chasing a quick buck? I'd recommend making a spreadsheet of all your product ideas, looking at profit margins, return on investment, all that good stuff. Don't skip this crucial research phase. Another important thing to keep in mind is what your budget for your business is. You have to remember that each product will have a boatload of different costs associated with it that you have to understand up front. You not only have to weigh the cost of the goods for your first inventory order, but you also have to keep in mind things like how are you going to market and launch the new product, how much is it going to cost to ship to Amazon from your supplier, and how much money will you spend on storage fees as you send your goods into Amazon. When I work with clients, I have them use a specifically designed spreadsheet called the Product Analyzer Bible that works out all these costs versus what they can make on the product in profit and then spits out whether or not it will fit their budget. It's truly an amazing worksheet that has stopped so many sellers from making massive mistakes by launching products that don't fit their budget. It has also given people who launch products that they couldn't afford before working with me the hindsight to see how they shouldn't have chosen that product in the first place. So if you're interested in learning more about this spreadsheet or how we can work together, I highly recommend reaching out to me at support@originalamazoncoach.com. Once you get your product locked down, it's time to find a supplier to manufacture it for you. You got two main options here: domestic suppliers here in the US or international suppliers, usually in China or somewhere like that. I would tell you that if you're looking for a US-based supplier, you might be wishing on a shooting star, as the US doesn't manufacture very many consumer goods these days. Unless you're selling something like paper or wood products, automobiles, foods or supplements, or computer chips or other technology or maybe industrial products, you're probably not going to find your products in the United States. And you're even less likely to find products that can be manufactured at a price that can be competitive online. International manufacturing is cheaper and easier to find good suppliers, as crazy as that sounds, but there's definitely room for things to get screwed up in the process if you're not careful. Whichever route you go, make sure you get a sample before placing a full order. What you see in product photos can be pretty deceiving sometimes. You need to inspect that physical sample with your own eyes. After finding your supplier, you got to dive into crunching all the numbers and costs involved. This is where you negotiate and confirm your actual costs, like the per unit price, shipping costs, storage fees, and all those not so fun line items. It's pretty easy to overlook some of these extra costs when you're eager to just get selling. A pro tip here is to make sure your packaging and product are not any larger than they have to be, and that you can get a product that is as flat as possible to save money on storage, shipping, and FBA pick and pack fees. There is a dimensional weight calculator that I use for my clients to help them understand that creating their packaging or products in a certain way can save them a ton of money long term. On Amazon, you're not just competing with other sellers and their products, you're competing with all these operational costs too. So you really got to price your item competitively from the start while still making a decent profit margin. Don't underprice, but don't overprice either. It's a delicate balance. You want to have the best value on Amazon for any particular product because Amazon shoppers want the best product they can get for the most reasonable price. Now let's talk about branding for a second. Yeah, I know branding sounds like some corporate BS, but it's actually super important on Amazon, believe it or not. Think about it. When you walk into a store, are you more likely to grab a generic bag of chips or the Lay's bag you recognize? Branding gives your product that crucial identity and story and instant authority. So put some real thought into your brand name, make it catchy and memorable. And definitely don't cheap out on product packaging and design either. First impressions matter. This is also incredibly important when creating your products as well, because quality can differ and you want to make sure that your products aren't poorly made, as that will mean that your brand will have a bad reputation and you'll get bad reviews. Okay, you got your product finalized, your costs calculated, branding on point. Now it's time to list this puppy on Amazon. This is basically where you pitch your product to all those potential customers out there. So you need a killer product description that sells the benefits and gets people excited. And don't forget those all-important keywords that'll actually help customers find your listing in the first place. All these elements are important for branding and conversion so that shoppers don't just leave your listing after clicking on it. Once your listing is up and running, you got to put a solid launch plan together. One thing to consider is that your launch date is basically whatever date your goods finally arrive and get checked into Amazon FBA. Once you have goods in stock, your launch actions will kick off. I highly recommend mapping out a week-by-week game plan for the first month or so because it is important to understand what to expect both from the actions that you'll take and what you kind of expect for your sales to achieve. This is helpful in planning how much you even order in the first place. Now, things don't always go according to plan either. Your launch won't work very well if you don't have a good marketing and promotion strategy. You got to get the word out there about your fresh, new Amazon product. And that could take various forms, including social media, email blasts, Amazon ad campaigns, influencer collaborations, you name it. Don't be afraid to experiment and see what really moves the needle. The good news is you don't even need many things to get sales and reviews on Amazon anymore because Amazon has some programs built into their ecosystem. If you're a registered brand seller on Amazon, you get access to things like the ultra important Vine Reviewers program, which helps you get up to 30 reviews on your new products. And you can also use A+ content to make your listing look incredible. Every launch has some highs and lows that you can learn from. It's not about perfection, it's about constantly getting better each time. Also, make sure to track your metrics and make notes of what you think worked, didn't work, and any changes you made during the launch to have that ready for the next time you launch a product. So there you have it, guys. Everything you need to know to plan your first big launch on Amazon. It's not always easy, and you may make a few mistakes, but it's definitely doable if you follow the right steps and game plan. Take it from me, someone who's been there and screwed things up more times than I can count. At the end of the day, Amazon is basically a giant jungle filled with opportunity. With the right knowledge and mindset, you can thrive there rather than getting lost. Just don't treat it like playing the lottery. Put in the proper work up front. Let me know if you have any other burning Amazon launch questions in the comments below. I'm always happy to share more insights from my own entrepreneurial journey. Head to the link in the description below to download a free copy of my ebook, Thriving on Amazon FBA, which covers more about launches and other great actionable tips. Make sure to check out the rest of the videos on this channel to learn more about the ins and outs on Amazon FBA. And until next time, watch your metrics, take smart actions, and keep growing your business.